Elon Musk has said he will resign as Twitter's chief executive officer when he finds someone foolish enough to take the job. The billionaire promised earlier to abide by the result of a Twitter poll which saw 57.5% of users vote yes to him quitting the role. He says he will still run the software and servers teams after his replacement is found. Changes on the platform since his takeover have been much criticized. After that, I will just run the software and servers teams, Elon Musk December 21, 2022. Civil liberties groups have also criticized his approach to content moderation, accusing him of taking steps that will increase hate speech and misinformation. On Friday, Mr. Musk was condemned by the United Nations and European Union over Twitter's decision to suspend some journalists who cover the social media firm. The UN tweeted that media freedom was not a toy, while the EU threatened Twitter with sanctions. This is the first time the multi-billionaire has responded to the poll launched on Sunday asking if he should resign. Finding someone to take over the social media platform may be a challenge, according to Mr. Musk. Some people speculate Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey could also come back to run the company. He resigned as chief executive in November 2021. "No one wants the job who can actually keep Twitter alive," he tweeted following the poll. "No one wants the job who can actually keep Twitter alive." Elon Musk December 19, 2022. Other names mentioned as possible replacements include Sheryl Sandberg, Facebook's former chief operating officer, Sriram Krishnan, engineer and close confidant to Mr. Musk, and Jared Kushner, U.S. former presidential advisor and son-in-law of Donald Trump. In the past, Mr. Musk has obeyed Twitter polls. He is fond of quoting the Latin phrase vox populi, vox Dei, which roughly means the voice of the people is the voice of God. "I will abide by the results of this poll," Elon Musk December 18, 2022. In response to a tweet saying Twitter Blue subscribers should be the only ones that can vote in policy-related polls. "We actually have skin in the game," Mr. Musk said. "Good point, Twitter will make that change." Twitter's pay for verification feature was rolled out for a second time last week after its launch was paused. The service costs $8 per month, or $11 for people using the Twitter app on Apple devices, and gives subscribers a blue tick. Previously, a blue tick was used as a badge of authenticity and was free. Elon Musk's tenure as Twitter CEO may turn out to be short, but it certainly wasn't sweet. At times it felt like we were watching a train come off its tracks. He seemed to enjoy the circus he created. Given how open Mr. Musk appears to be on Twitter, perhaps one day he will tell us. But this is not the end of the Musk/Twitter show. He will still own the firm, and he will undoubtedly still be a prolific and influential tweeter in his own right. For weeks, investors have called on Mr. Musk to step down from running the social media platform, saying he has been distracted from properly running Tesla. Mr. Musk sold billions of dollars worth of Tesla shares to help fund his purchase, which helped to push the shares down. Finally, a good step in the right direction to end this painful nightmare situation for Tesla investors, said Dan Ives from investment firm Wedbush Securities after Mr. Musk's tweet on Tuesday.
Next weather alert. Dangerous cold, blizzard conditions before Christmas. The Twin Cities and a good chunk of Wisconsin are under a winter storm warning through noon on Saturday, while northern Minnesota is under a winter weather advisory. But the greatest concern is the blizzard warning in southwestern Minnesota, which will be in effect for much of Thursday and Friday. The storm system will arrive with some light snow during the Wednesday morning commute, with heavier bands of snow falling throughout the day before it begins to taper off in the evening hours. The snow should reach the metro by about 9 a.m., and it will still be snowing at a pretty good clip during the evening commute. The system will finally exit Minnesota early Thursday morning. The most snow will stack up throughout the southern half of the state and the metro, with 4 to 8 inches expected. Northern Minnesota will likely see 2 to 3 inches. This will be a light, powdery snow that will be very easy to shovel. Thursday morning will be the ideal time to start clearing your walkways and driveways. Thursday morning will also be the best time to travel, before winds blowing from the northwest pick up speeds between 20 to 40 miles per hour. It's going to be difficult to see just about anything with the whiteout conditions, especially late Thursday night. As we head towards Christmas Day, things will start to settle down, and we will even have a warm-up heading into next week. Robbinsdale area schools closed Wednesday and Thursday. Robbinsdale area schools will be closed Wednesday and Thursday due to the approaching winter storm. In addition to all classes, these district programs are also canceled. Classes will resume after winter break on January 9, 2023. The Sartell Street Stevens School District near St. Cloud will dismiss classes 2 hours early Wednesday, and will cancel all classes Thursday, starting the winter break 1 day early for students. Asterisk no meals provided. Asterisk Roosevelt Boys and Girls Club location will be open for all registered students. Rochester Public Schools announced Thursday closure. Rochester Public Schools is already announcing a snow day for Thursday, saying it will be a complete district closure due to the severity of the storm.
Zelensky in Washington. Ukraine's leader heads to U.S. for first foreign trip. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says he is on his way to Washington, where he will meet U.S. President Joe Biden on Wednesday. It is his first foreign trip since Russia invaded in February. Details of how and when he traveled are unlikely to be made public, given the security risks involved. The White House confirmed it would supply Ukraine with a Patriot missile battery, significantly increasing the country's air defense capability. On my way to the U.S. to strengthen resilience and defense capabilities of Ukraine, Mr. Zelensky wrote on Twitter. He also said he would give a speech to Congress and hold a number of meetings. The visit was, unsurprisingly, kept as a secret, with official confirmation coming only hours before it was due to start. Mr. Zelensky has held regular phone calls with Western leaders since the start of the war. But by hosting him at the White House, President Biden will signal that Washington is committed to supporting the country for as long as it takes, as has been repeatedly said. Russia said the visit would lead to an aggravation of the conflict. This does not bode well for Ukraine, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said. In its briefing ahead of Mr. Zelensky's visit, the White House confirmed a new package of nearly $2 billion of security assistance for Ukraine. The attacks, which officials here say are designed to break Ukrainian morale, have left millions without electricity and heating as temperatures across the country plummet below freezing. President Zelensky, however, is unlikely to receive the longer-range weapons he's been calling for, to hit Russian targets away from the front lines. In his address to Congress on Wednesday, the Ukrainian leader will probably use the infrastructure strikes to plead for more weapons. There, he will find some Republicans who have voiced criticism about the level of U.S. support, as Congress considers approving an extra $50 billion in aid. The monthly cost of defense for Ukraine is reportedly about $5 billion. The visit to Washington comes a day after President Zelensky, dressed in combat khaki, was in Bakhmut, a frontline city in eastern Ukraine that has seen some of the fiercest battles in this war. He met troops and handed out awards to soldiers, the presidency said. Soldiers gave Mr. Zelensky a Ukrainian flag with their names signed on it and asked him to give it to President Biden and the U.S. Congress, in a moment that was captured on camera. President Zelensky has vowed to take back all territory that's under occupation, including areas invaded before February. Before the visit, in his traditional evening address, he said Ukraine would do everything possible and impossible, expected and unexpected, to get the results that all Ukrainians expect. Also on Wednesday, the Kremlin says Russian President Vladimir Putin will set Russia's military goals for 2023 in an important, voluminous speech. Since Russia invaded Ukraine on the 24th of February, the U.S. military estimates that at least 100,000 Russian and 100,000 Ukrainian soldiers have been killed or injured, along with some 40,000 civilian deaths. The UN has recorded 7.8 million people as refugees from Ukraine across Europe, including Russia. However, the figure does not include those who have been forced to flee their homes but remain in Ukraine.